What's going on, guys? It's Tobin. Welcome to this first video of my league racing highlights. Now today we are at Canada for what is round 7 of the MRC racing championship. Now I haven't actually recorded the first 6 episodes of the championship because I just didn't, and I thought, coming into Canada, I thought, why not? I'll record it. At the moment I think I sit 4th in the championship overall. As you can see, we have full qualifying on. This is Q1. I have gone ahead and done a 9.2. We made it through pretty comfortably. Qualifying, we're just going to skip through at least until Q2 and Q3, as no one's really that interested. But as we move on to Q2, obviously we're going to see what kind of lap time we can do on the mediums. You've got to be careful that you don't cut that last chicane, and well, to be honest with you, my lap time was not amazing on the mediums. I definitely could have gone quicker than that, but it was a 9.8, and that kind of put me P6, but I wasn't too sure if I'd make it through or not, so I went out on the softs, as quite a few of the other guys did as well. And this will be the full lap on the softs here. It wasn't a great lap. I made 2 mistakes, could have at least shaved off a little bit of time, but I will say now we do make it through. I would have made it through on the mediums anyways. We come into the second chicane. This bit wasn't too bad, maybe losing the back end a little bit, but overall not too bad. As you see, we're 5 tenths up, which overall over the course of the lap time we probably would have finished about 8 tenths up, which probably would have been a pretty respectable lap time, but I just made a mistake here. I went a little bit too deep. Unfortunately, I just never got that corner right in qualifying, so I just couldn't quite do it amazing. Into the hairpin, little lock up. I went down into first and just lost the back end on the exit, but I mean the Q2 lap was enough to see us through. The medium lap would have been enough to see us through, but I wasn't really sure, so I decided, we can start on the softs. It's pretty much a 2-stop round here anyway, so it wasn't really the end of the world. But as we come across the line, and it was a 9.4, so yeah, my Q1 lap was a 9.2, so I'm 2 tenths off that. As you can see, P1 and Q2 was a 9.2. I can tell you it does get much quicker than that in Q3. I don't go much quicker, unfortunately, but yeah. So as we move on into Q3, this is the first lap. Obviously we got 2 laps on the soft tyres. Obviously you got to make sure you don't invalidate your lap time as you come round the last corner. The run to the line, the first time it's been set is a 1.9351. The pole time is currently a 1.90, so we're about 3 tenths off. As we come to begin our final lap, you see the lap I actually went for, I got it invalidated before I even started, so I had to make it round quickly again so we could do another one. The current pole time is a 1.085 now. I had to find at least 8 tenths there. I wasn't that comfortable in finding it, even though I did feel pretty quick. Wasn't that comfortable as we come into the chicane. Got to be careful not to corner cut that corner. You can do it quite easy on the entry on the right hand side. You can just ride over the curb a little bit too much. Pretty nice through here, but as you can see we're only about 2 tenths up, so already it's not really going to be enough, unfortunately, as we come in to this chicane here. Lots of chicanes on this track. Once again I just went too deep. I couldn't quite find the perfect braking point, unfortunately. I do in the race, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, as we head into the hairpin, a little bit deep, so we lost more time there. It was definitely not a perfect lap at all. I just didn't quite string it together in qualifying, unfortunately. But as we head along the back straight now, you see we're about 2.5 tenths up, which would be about 1.9, maybe a 3. Oh my god, maybe a 3, maybe a 0. As we come up to the line, it is going to be a 1.90 just. So yeah, couldn't quite dip into the 1.08s, but like I said, I wasn't that happy with it. I could definitely go quicker. Quite a few mistakes in there still, but overall, we're starting P3, which is not bad at all. Sets us up quite nicely. Quite a few people just didn't get lap times off. Stygian and Gilda are pretty quick drivers. They must have just got their lap times invalidated, so at least we can look at the positives there and realise that, yay, at least we've actually got a lap time off now. The strategy is going to be pretty simple. 2-stop now. There's a rule in this league where if you ready up before someone else, you get a 5-second penalty, and I did it like an idiot. So I've actually already got a 5-second penalty before the race has even started, which is a little bit annoying. But as Red lights are out, it's lights out and away we go. You can see there the McLaren has jumped the start, so he's already got a drive-through penalty. We head into turn 1 and just double lock up there, which nearly ran into Crispy in the Williams, who was starting on the medium, so that would not been a great start, but pretty much everyone got away quite cleanly. And the first couple of laps there wasn't really a lot, it was kind of just following each other all at this constant kind of gap, but then you cut onto lap 5, sorry, and it got a little bit tasty. We started to get into the DRS of Jace Lee in the Ferrari above. He's closing down on the race leader in the Mercedes MRC Charlie, but as you can see we got a pretty nice run through the last corner. Going to open the DRS, we're maybe not quite close enough, so we're going to have to tuck in behind for now. But coming through turns 1 and 2 we are right up behind him. We get on the curve a little bit, which does compromise the exit, but we're going to stay with him. Coming into the second chicane now, there's lots of chicanes on this track. Pretty much in every sector there is a chicane, maybe if not 2, so you see we are all over the back of him at the moment. Small little lock up there, but it's not the end of the world. It sets us up nicely onto this little DRS straight. We're going to put it into overtake. Can we maybe make a move done? We might have a little look. But decide, you know, you can't really overtake through there, as we then lose the back end a little bit. Have to cut the corner, luckily no warning or anything for that. Yeah, just kind of, the car in front broke a little bit more than I expected, as we then get very close to the back of him on the hairpin, put it into overtake, and we're going to have DRS, but again we might just be a little bit too far back, or he's going to have DRS from the car ahead of him. So, you know, a nice little lap here on board. We've been close, not quite close enough, as we a little bit sideways on the exit. It's approaching the pit stage. It is around lap 8, 7, 8, depending on what you want to do. Round here, it's just up to you. Most of the time, like I said, it is a 2-stop. But as we cut onto lap 7, you can see the Mercedes, who was in first, has decided to come in, maybe go for the undercut. I believe he did have a little bit of front wing damage as well, so that might be another reason. But as we cut onto lap 8, we're going to enter the pits. I got very, very close to the back of Ferrari there. Obviously I should have expected him to be going slow. I nearly touched him, luckily didn't get any kind of damage, otherwise that would not have been amazing. The stop, could we potentially jump him in the pit lane? Now, at first I generally thought I did, because I was too busy looking behind me, didn't see him. I was like, oh, maybe he got held up, but no. He came out in front of me. We are on the mediums. We got quite a bit of DRS, but so will he, because he's probably gone into none in the pit stage. So you can see MRC Charlie in the Mercedes actually come out behind him. I believe he did get his front wing changed. So there is that. As we cut onto lap 9, you can see we're still in DRS range of the Ferrari ahead of us. Too far back for a move, but we get quite close running through the chicane, heading on to the start finish straight, and we do have DRS. We could potentially make a little lunge, and I do go for it. Maybe it was a little bit too far back, I lock up, but I just about make the corner. Tiny bit of contact, but it's not too bad. No one gets sent spinning, and now we're going to have a look into the second chicane. Think better of it, a little bit slow through there, it does compromise me a little bit. Now the Mercedes has caught up, so it's going to be interesting here. We got a couple laps of just scrapping. You see there's then a Red Bull in front who hasn't pitted yet, so who knows, this could get very, very tasty. As we're heading down this DRS straight now, it's looking good. The Ferrari's gone a bit wide there, so oh, we've just absolutely swooped through in the middle of both of them. That's wonderful. It was ballsy, I had to make it. The Ferrari went wide, leaving, well, he didn't go wide leaving the Red Bull space. He went wide because he just couldn't quite make the corner. The Red Bull then went wide on the right hand side. I just went through the middle beautifully. Got a bit lucky there, but hey, who cares? We're up into what is P4, but is actually the net lead of this race once everyone has pitted, so you know, that is brilliant. You know, currently in the lead, 11 laps in. You can see we've cut just a little bit later on to lap 11. We've got Heatproof Ham in front of us, who's actually running quite high in the championship. I believe he's ahead of me in third, but I could be wrong. I could have made a move there, but I decided against it, which, looking back at it, I probably should have just sent it, but he's on older mediums, but I just don't feel comfortable overtaking there. I waited for the hairpin. He went a bit deep anyway, and we could just tuck up the inside. We should have him. We're going to have DRS. We've got ahead of him even before the DRS zone. We can open it now. put it into overtake just to make sure we pull away, because we're probably getting a slipstream and the Ferrari's still coming straight at us anyway. We just kind of park the car in the middle of the track, make sure we don't get any corner cutting warnings, and for now we might be alright. The Ferrari is still very close behind us, but as we cut later on to lap 12, as we approach the hairpin, probably stayed in first gear for a little bit too long there. Probably should have short shifted up a little earlier, but it means Ferrari is going to get a nice run on us. And I tell you what, these last couple of laps from about lap 9 ever since we pitted, just been action packed. As we come into the chicane, he leaves us just about enough room. We do get a warning for corner cutting, but it's not the end of the world. I think he might have got a warning for that one as well, but now the Mercedes is all over us. And we could have just dropped from first to third. We try hold around the outside, we get squeezed maybe a little bit, but it's nothing terrible, and unfortunately we just lose out on a couple positions, so we're down into P5 for what is actually P3, as 2 cars still have to pit, and we're definitely getting a warning for that. Yeah, I just locked up before the chicane, just didn't set us well into the rest of it, but we're going to stay on board now because we're currently the top 3 separated by, what, like, probably a second. Not even that, very very close together. As we're heading into the chicane, which will set us up onto the back straight. Well, obviously the hairpin, which then sets us up onto the back straight, sorry. It's my first time properly commentating, so it might be a little bit terrible, and if so, I do apologise, but, you know, whatever. We're going to have DRS on the Mercedes, who will then have DRS on the Ferrari, so this could get a little bit tasty. Might have a little look up the inside. Oh, he suddenly lagged back there, which wasn't amazing, but apparently that's a warning. I might have corner cut, but I didn't really see a lot. I just had to kind of do it to leave, because leave the car space. If you want to go side by side through that last corner, you do kind of have to give each other the room to do that. You can see there's yellow flags. There is a Toro Rosso out of the race, just pulled up on the left hand side there. But for now we're just gonna stay together. This could be getting tasty still. Should be good. We kind of, mediums are slowly starting to get a little bit more worn, so I could slowly feel the grip going. We've been on them for like six laps or so, so it wasn't shocking. The pit stage is about 22, so I've still got to go another 8. But we were getting to the point where you could just slowly, I mean barely, but slowly start to feel the tyres going off, which wasn't amazing. But you can see we're going to be all over the back of this Mercedes. We have a little look up the inside going to the hairpin, but side against it, because obviously we've probably got more chance of overtaking him on the back straight. Now we are a little bit low on ERS. We're going to put it in high, not use overtake, just because, I mean, yeah, we just don't really have enough ERS in the end. I just have to sit back. Get another penalty there, as I just called it. I mean, my penalties did add up to around 12 seconds at the end of the race, but those are people who have penalties as well. There was one person who managed to keep his penalties clean, and he gained a lot of that. You'll see that at the end of the race. But yeah, lap 15, let's just say the end of this lap is about to get pretty tasty, so we're going to stay on board. I decided to just kind of sit back, let those two go at it, save some ERS up, save some fuel up, just because I was starting to run a little bit low, just a little bit sideways through there, but nothing terrible. Starting to get just a little bit twitchy at this stage. You can see I was just checking my tyres. They were only on like 23%, so you know, by the time I had to pit, they'd only be on about 40, 50. So I know I was more than fine. Just got to keep an eye on it. You see me sitting back has really enabled them to just, you know, go clear a little bit. But I thought, okay, at this straight, I'm gonna move it back up. I'll put some spare ERS. I go into high. I'm still in DRS zone, so I mean that's pretty good as well. Obviously, no overtake here, but you can see those two are going at it. Mercedes and Ferrari side by side, and you can see there, oh, there's contact. The Ferrari spins. I get a penalty for cutting that corner, but I kind of had to avoid the collision there. And I overtake the Mercedes. Now, I'm not really sure if I was allowed to do that, but he just kind of slowed down. So I was like, sure, the 3-second penalty that I got for just cutting the corner because the Ferrari was just sideways at the chicane, I'm hoping to get that removed. I've put a little like clip in to the stewards, and they said they'd look at it and it should be pretty straightforward. So I'm hoping that means I get the 3-second penalty removed, which will mean hopefully I actually gain a position at the end of the race. We'll talk about that when we get there, because I've got my stupid 5-second penalty for pressing A before, but you can see Charlie's going to come up the inside. We go quite deep, we just about make the corner, left him what I thought was enough room there, and then coming out, I was actually going to let him pass, but then he kind of like was just like, you go as well at the same time. As we then head into turn 1, he's going to go around the outside. I kind of went for a little bit of a switchback, but it wasn't really that possible. He just kind of defends his car, puts it perfectly pretty much, and then once again we are behind him. So I tell you what, so far this middle part of the race, ever since we've come onto the mediums, it's been very, very eventful. It's just been non-stop pushing as hard as you can just to make sure you can keep up with these guys, because this league, it's not bad. Obviously it's a tier 2 league. Tier 1 there's just some absolutely rapid people in there, but I felt like the pace was generally pretty good, at least from the top guys this week. I was pretty happy with my overall pace. Definitely my race pace I felt was a bit better than usual. So far I've got like 3 poles and I've only been able to convert 1 to a win. If we went for a little bit of a lunge up the inside at the hairpin, and we're going to make it work there, but he's still coming back at us. We're going to actually have the DRS there, so that might help us into rich, into high. Don't use overtake, but high is enough to pull us through, and that is us back into P1. So a little bit squirmy on the exit though, and he's still going to be there. Going to hold the inside, the outside line, sorry, which will then become the inside line. Got a warning for corner cuttings. I did cut across a little bit, but I knew he wasn't like directly there, so it was all right to do. But yeah, as I was saying, I've got 3 pole positions this season, only being able to convert 1 to a win. Bahrain and China is where I reckon I could be up there in the championship a bit more. Bahrain and China I finished 8th and DNF'd, as well as Monaco I was running 2nd and DNF'd. Yeah, Bahrain I just kept spinning. I didn't like the setup at all. Canada was just my fault. I went to pit as there was 2. We basically came 3 wide into the last corner. I went to pit. Thought I could have cleared the car while keeping at full speed, didn't, clipped him and hit a wall and crashed. Yeah, we don't really talk about that. Got 2 penalty points. It was my fault as we pit for this race. And then Monaco running 2nd. Car in front of me just made a slight mistake coming out the tunnel, and it just caught me off guard, and I just clipped the wall when yeah, it was just a bit of a stupid mistake, but the less said about it, the better. I did pit on lap 22. As you can see, lap 26 we've come out ahead of MRC Stygian, who's on the hard. He's been going for the 1 stop, and then in front of him is Crispy in the Williams. He's still got to make his pit stop. You can see on Stygian here we have a little look up the inside going into chicane, but again I just don't like overtaking at that corner, but you know, we kept it pretty clean, and then I got a brilliant run out of it and could get in before the hairpin. I do run a little bit deep. I don't know if I hit him there, or at least like compromised him a little bit, but I didn't mean to. That wasn't my aim. Just generally messed up a little bit. And then as we cut, there are no cuts. I'm looking at the timeline. The net cut's like 40 seconds up. As you can see, we're then all over the pack of the Williams here, and that will be hopefully 2 overtakes in about half a lap. So there we go, we've retaken the lead. 2 cars on, you know, older tyres, so it was pretty expected considering ours were only about 5 laps old. So we retake the lead of this Grand Prix, and then obviously with penalties we've got to just push and push, because Stygian was on the hards. Gilzo, who actually came in for the softs, got ahead of him, but it was only on about lap 34, as I nearly binned it on the last lap, and I would have generally, I think I would have cried. But we're going to come across the line to take first. We're about 9 seconds clear of the car behind. We see we're waiting on them. Stygian gets 2nd, but Jay Slee, the Ferrari who spun, he finished about 15 seconds behind everyone. He only got 3-second penalty the whole race, which, you know what, fair play to only get 3-second penalties round. China is good. Obviously, you then apply my 5-second penalty, I'd move back down to 3rd. But then if I get my 3-second penalty removed, I'm back up into 2nd. So I'm hoping I can keep my 2nd place. I should be able to, because that penalty wasn't great. It was a bit bullshitty, but you know, if it doesn't get removed, I'll still take 3rd. It's still a podium. I believe I don't finish behind Gilzo. No, I'm alright. Yeah, because I got 15 seconds worth of penalties there, which wasn't amazing. that's my one issue. Corner cutting penalties. At Monaco, I think I also got 15. I'm in a DNF, but I also had like 15 seconds at one point as well. So yeah, even with my 5-second penalty applied, I will still at least be guaranteed third. If that 3-second one can get removed, I'll be up into second. So that's all good. Unfortunately, couldn't quite keep the win. But yeah, that is that. Don't have the championship standings right now. You'll just be staring at a black screen. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next week for the... Where are we? France. We're at France. I should be recording next week. I should be there at France next week. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.